story might give you the chills. A rare brain-eating amoeba killed a 3-year-old boy in Arlington, Texas. He actually picked it up in late August or early September at a splash pad his family often visited. And symptoms include severe headaches, fever, vomiting, seizures, and also hallucinations. Another Texas boy also died of a brain-eating amoeba just last year after visiting a splash fountain there. According to the CDC, outdoor water parks can breed these deadly amoeba potentially as a result of the water not being tested or properly maintained. Dr. Prithvi Parikh is an immunologist with NYU Langone Health. Dr. Parikh, thank you for being with us. So what exactly is a brain-eating amoeba? I think the brain-eating part is what we focus on, just freaks us out. But what is an amoeba and how does it kill somebody?
Right. So, this amoeba or any amoeba is a parasite, and it tends to be in freshwater lakes, ponds that are warm and outdoors. And essentially, it can get into, humans and kids by going up their nose and into their brain while you're swimming, in this case, while you're playing in the splash pad. And as you mentioned, often it can be linked to even these public places if the chlorination levels are not high enough, if they're not checked well enough to make sure these organisms are getting killed off.
Oh, it was just, when I read the headline, so disturbing. But this is extremely rare. I mean, there have been less than, I think, 35 deaths from this kind of amoeba, right? Over the past, decade.
Yeah, no, it is extremely rare. So, I know the headline and the story is devastating, but doesn't mean you necessarily have to panic or avoid these areas. But it is kind of a wake-up call to health officials to make sure these public places and even private places are well maintained. I think in this specific case, the chlorine levels were below what they should have been in the days leading up to it. So again, another reason to be vigilant so we can prevent another tragic death like this.
And you did mention the chlorination. So it looks like for this particular park, and again, we don't know too much about the investigation, and we certainly don't want to call them out for something that we're not certain of or speculate. But there was a report that possibly they did not check the water and in the timeline where this child and his family visited the park. So is the answer truly just a maintenance issue?
Most likely, of course, this can occur anywhere because this amoeba lives in freshwater lakes and ponds where chlorine isn't routinely used. So again, it is extremely rare, but where we can control it and in chlorinated areas, they really need to be checked regularly to make sure those levels are adequate for organisms to be killed and destroyed.
All right. Thank you so much.